Hello. Hello, and good morning, and welcome to Helen's Place. I want to say hello to all my new subscribers. Hello to my people over at Facebook Ministry and Helen's Ministries and the BLF Center on Instagram. I just want to thank you all for tuning in for whatever I bring to you. So today we're going to talk about healthy lifestyle to lose weight. And it's one of those things that, we don't hear enough about, and we should. Okay, today we're going to talk about it. I want to say, first of all, this is for information purposes. All information purposes is not meant to diagnose or treat. It's for information. And to say to people who already have an existing condition, you should consult with your doctor before you consider any of these this information that I'm giving out. So, the first thing that I want to talk about, and I have some people who are going to come back, hopefully, and give us some information on how they're doing with losing their weight. If I can get one on the phone this morning, I will try. But the first thing we're going to talk about is short intermittent fasting. And the way you want to do that, I want to advise that you should start out maybe once a week on a Saturday preferably, if you work and you're off on weekends. Saturdays worked for me because I was home and I could go to 12 noon without eating, and that's what I'm suggesting. And the reason why I suggest this is that you do it every week on a Saturday, the same day, for the same amount of times. Now, some people will get up and be able to go longer, but you want to do it at your own pace. I progressed from 12 noon to 1 sometimes, whatever, but you want to do it at your own pace. And the reason I said intermittent fasting was one way is because it disciplines the body. Okay, it disciplines the body so that when you're hungry, you can resist that urge. So it kind of helps you discipline yourself so that you don't have to be hungry all the time, because your body is disciplined enough that you can miss a meal, the morning breakfast or brunch or whatever, and lose a couple of pounds that way. So I started out fasting some noon. When I started out some 30 years ago, it wasn't, it was for prayer and fasting. But later on, I told one of my daughters that if she wanted to lose weight, this was a good way, because she kept saying I'm hungry all the time. So I said, okay, well, we can fix that. But intermittent fasting, it disciplines the body to be able to go without food. Now, the next thing is, and a lot of people don't want to hear this, but stop eating meat. Stop eating meat for, 10 days and see what happens with your body. It's not easy. I never was a big fan of pork, and so I didn't eat a lot of pork, and I also cut out the red meat out of my diet, which made it easy for me to be somewhat a pescatarian vegetarian later on in life. But I want to advise young people, it's when you want to start when you're very young, if you can, from a child up. Some of us are not raised in these type of households, so when you become an adult in your 20s and 30s, prevention is key. Because by the time you get in your 30s and your 40s, people are having problems in their 30s with diabetes. So prevention is everything. And so when you can discipline your body, because we're finding out that a lot of our food is the cause of a lot of our health issues. Just want to point that out. And I want to point out some of the issues with the meat. Number one, high blood pressure from pork. If you cut out the pork and the salt, you're going to see a drastic decrease in your blood pressure. Again, if you're on blood pressure medicine, also, I want to point this out to people who are on blood pressure medicine and take a blood pressure pill every day. They should have a blood pressure cuff at home. to monitor their blood pressure, to take their blood pressure. Your doctor isn't going to tell you that. But I'm suggesting it is for information only. But to help you to cut back and get your blood pressure lowered some, table salt. If you can get away from the regular salt, use Himalayas salt. Is the purest salt that you can use. Himalayas, some people call it pink salt, but it is the best salt that people can use who suffer from high blood pressure. So you want to eliminate the pork and the salt. Find other ways to season your food. There are plenty other ways. There's pepper, there's red pepper, there's oregano, there's garlic. There's so many other spices that you can use to give your food flavor instead of the salt. And we're going to do some cooking later on. But today we just want to talk about how to lose this weight. Now, I've talked about stopping the meat, and I want to talk about with males, red meat. Red meat is a big part of why a lot of men have prostate problems. If you cut the red meat out, you're going to see that those test scores go down. You also, with red meat, it affects your glucose. It affects your blood sugars, to put it in layman's terms. So you're going to want to cut out the red meat. A lot of people don't tell you that. They want you to focus on the sugar, which is a good thing. Try to substitute your sugar with a sugar substitute that you may like. Or eat naturally sweetened things such as bananas or grapes or something of that sort. Now, I want to talk about that most people say you feel healthier and you have more energy. That's what my daughter is saying to me. I don't know the exact amount of pounds that she's dropped, but she is just so happy about losing that weight. So, you know, again, I don't know if I can get her on the phone today, but I definitely will bring her back so that, you know, she can share with you her weight loss journey and how she is able, excuse me, I don't like to do this, how she is able to, you know, drop that weight and keep that weight off, have more energy, and really feel good about herself and not always feeling hungry. And she even wants to, you know, get out and go to the gym more. She looks better, she feels better, and she looks younger. That we want to talk about all of that. So, okay, we want to drink water. Water is better than soda, Coke. Oh, don't come after me, Coca-Cola. But any type of soda, carbonated drink with all the sugar in it that you're dumping into your body is going to take away from the calories that you can put into your body if you're trying to lose weight, if you want to be more healthier. Cut the water out, get you a lemon juice and some honey will do just fine. That way you can control the amount of sugar, glucose that you're taking in, because you can measure your own honey. Or you can do your lemonade and use lemons and use lemon substitutes, or tea and use substitutes. That way you're controlling the amount of sugar that you're putting into your body. Okay? Now the other thing is, I've talked about the blood pressure issues. And I just want to make sure I am covering everything. But, you know, when you drop some pounds, you know, if you drop 20 pounds, your blood pressure is going to decrease. You're going to have more energy. So the goal is to have a healthy lifestyle. We don't want to talk about dieting. We don't want to use the word diet. We want to use the word meal plans or meal preps. What is your meal plan for today? And that's how we're going to, our lifestyle change is going to be with what we're eating. And I don't want to leave out stress. I don't want to leave out stress. Manage your stress. Those of you who know that when you're under stress, you tend to eat more. You tend to be hungry. And you're trying to compensate for stress with eating. And it makes you eat more when you're stressed. So we want to have an environment of peace and calmness, if all possible. I know it's not ideal on a lot of jobs that you work on. So you want to do some meditation. You want to have some squeezy things to, help you. You want to do some deep breathing, because deep breathing helps calm you, and it also gets oxygen in through to help your lungs and your heart. So deep breathing relaxes you, brings down your blood pressure. Try it. A couple of deep breaths a day. I got to do it correctly. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. That feels wonderful. Try it. Okay, so we're looking at all these healthy lifestyles. We also want to talk about meditation. Meditation is so important to just quiet your brain, to quiet your mind, and have your mind to relax so that you're not stressing all the time. Because what I've learned from stress is that stress breaks down the immune system. And when we break down our immune system because of stress, we're not eating properly, then we are open to a lot of, illnesses, colds, flus, pneumonias, whatever. Anything that is contagious, you will most likely get it. And then I'm hearing that some people developed some type of blood issues with their immune system being broke down, because their immune system is not able to fight off all the things that they are around. And to the body itself is created in such a way that our bodies reset itself every 90 days. But if we're still abusing it, if we continue to abuse it, it doesn't have the chance to reset. And that's when we become ill and we have all these problems, health issues. Diabetes is a big one, high blood pressure, a heart disease, just some cancers with females. But mainly we have issues with diabetes across the board. And that plays a big part in what we're eating. We're not eating correctly. We're either eating too much red meat, we're eating too much carbs, too much sugar, and we're overweight. So I'm not saying that everyone is going to be able to go right into this healthy lifestyle, but you take steps to get there. And if you miss a week, then oh well, you don't stop. Keep trying. Don't give up on it. It's going to be worth it. You'll find out it's going to be worth it. Excuse me here. This is my mommy cup from Florida. I love it. Some of the things we want to look at also with living this healthy lifestyle. People are smoking, when we're young, we're going to try everything. I have to admit, I smoked when I was a teenager. It was just, for us, it was just experimenting. Because for one, if you're in a household and everybody smokes, you're going to smoke. So I grew up in a household where everybody smoked, so I tried it too. But later on, I also found out that it was not good for me. Once I became pregnant, threw the cigarettes out, and having children, it's not good to smoke around them. And my children would come to me, they'd find me, I'd be in the basement trying to smoke. They come in the basement and said, "Mom, please stop smoking." And that touched me in a way that I stopped smoking. Now, there are a lot of things that trigger you to smoke. Excuse me. Marijuana is one. And we've all experienced weed. Okay? But, just experiencing it is one thing, but making it part of your lifestyle, you got to get up in the morning, smoke, you go to bed at night, smoke. No, that's not a healthy lifestyle, but people seem to think that it's okay. But one thing about marijuana that people don't tell you when they're very young, because no one has taught this or even picked up on it, it decreases the sperm count in young males. And later on, it decreases the sex drive as they get older. So now you smoked maybe a couple puffs. Now you got to smoke a whole joint to get you there, to get you, sexually aroused. When if your lifestyle is one that you don't smoke weed, that people do it sometimes, New Year's parties or whatever. But it's dangerous to even do it then because the marijuana that they have now is so addictive. It's going to put you in a space where you're either going to have to smoke cigarettes to get that monkey off of your back, so to speak, or to get that edge off, that you're going to go from smoking weed to cigarettes, or you're going to do cigarettes all the time. I just want to talk about that. I know there's a lot of other health things that I could talk about. Also, I want to talk to females. This is October, breast cancer awareness. I want to bring out to the females that you want to switch your deodorants to natural deodorants if at all you can, because our under our arms are so close to our mammary glands. Our breasts and everything are right here under our armpits. So what we use here affects our breasts. And we want to take care of our breasts. We want to do self-examination. You should be examining your breasts all the time to make sure that there is no lumps or anything, And you want to do that. You put on your bra every morning, you might as well examine your breasts every day. So that's just some of the quick, healthy lifestyles that we can start to do to help us to start to live a healthy lifestyle. Because prevention is key. Prevention. If we're going to be healthy, we're going to have to prevent the issues that a lot of people are suffering from today. Diabetes and high blood pressure. That's just some, to name a couple. There's other health issues that people have, from depression to anxiety, a lot of things that, it may have took years, from the time you were born to now you're an adult to surface. A lot of times we don't notice different changes in our bodies, and they don't. When we're young, we can fight off a lot of things. We're resilient. When we're younger, we bounce back and we get through some things. But when we get older, we start to, have these things to come back up again. So prevention is key, everybody. And I want you all to comment, like, and please share this video. And if there's anything that you would like for me to do a little farther, research on and talk about, I will. And I just want to add there that I'm a nurse for 35 years. I was a licensed nurse for 35 years. So, again, this is for information purposes only. And I found in all my years of nursing that lifestyle was key. Prevention is key to being healthy. Let's not forget those. Prevention, lifestyle. Okay? That's key. Lifestyle, prevention. Don't forget that. It's a way of living. It's a way of living to live longer. Okay? And I think that everyone wants to live longer. I know I do. I have, so much I want to do. I have children that I want to see become as successful as they possibly can and live their lives healthy. It makes me feel wonderful when I can see that my children are changing their lifestyle and they're losing weight and they're becoming healthy in every way, so that they won't have to deal with so many health issues later on. So I brought this all to you all, and I hope that I covered everything on here. You know, for, you know, as far as losing the weight, to control your blood pressure, your diabetes, and your heart disease, and all of these things. So I hope that I've covered some things to help you with your struggle with overeating, or just eating because you love a certain food, or you have these hunger pains. Some people call them hunger pains, or you just like to eat. So it is all about discipline. It's all about taking on this healthy lifestyle. Believe me, it's nothing wrong with it. It is a wonderful way to live, and to, you know, teach others about how to live and how to be healthy. We need to share this information more with more people, because I find that a lot of people just don't know. They don't have the information. So I put this short video together. I hope it has helped some of you. Let me know, and I hope to see you soon. You know, I always say, may God keep you. May He turn His face to shine up on you, and God bless you. I love you, and until we meet again, bye-bye.